On behalf of our President, Jeff Robles, by the trust vested in me by the Megawan Toastmasters Club, I call this meeting to order.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. Let us take a moment to center ourselves and put ourselves in the holy presence of God. Heavenly Father, thank you for the gift of another gathering. Grant us open minds to learn, calm hearts to listen, and boldness to speak. As we explore new topics tonight, may we continue to grow in knowledge, leadership, and purpose. We ask this through the holy name of Jesus. Amen. All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening, Jeff. President Jeff.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Let's recite our Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmaster membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. All right. Good evening. A great evening indeed, everyone. To our guests, fellow Toastmasters, to our General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Ian, good evening. Tonight, our topic is about somewhat deep or futuristic, as I may say. It's about introducing the metaverse technology. I'm so excited how our Toastmaster of the evening will tackle this new frontier for every one of us. I know not every one of us are familiar to the new topic, which is metaverse. Previously, we have learned the multiverse, which is the having parallel universe. But this verse or place is different. In metaverse, we invite you to look ahead into how the future of communication is already taking shape. So let's dive in, learn together, and grow in confidence and creativity as Toastmasters, as our Toastmaster of the evening will tackle and deep dive this new frontier in front of us, which is the metaverse and the Web 3.0. Now, without further ado, let me call on our very energetic, very creative, our most handsome, distinguished Toastmaster Mark Edrada. The stage is yours.
Good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters. I was thrilled with the description, the most handsome. Thank you, President Jeff, for that generous introduction. And good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. And for all you know, this is our final regular Toastmasters educational meeting for the current term. Because we will have a special pasabog event next meeting, which I will tell you later. Fellow Toastmasters, You are participating live on Zoom with the delayed webcast on the Mikawayan Toastmasters Club's official Facebook page. I am your Toastmaster of the evening, Mark Edrada, and welcome to the family that rises and leads with competence and confidence. This is Mikawayan Toastmasters Club. Now, tonight's theme is something that sounds like it belongs in a Marvel movie. Introducing metaverse technology. Don't worry if you're not tech savvy. You are in the right place. Because tonight, we are not just talking about the metaverse. We are experiencing how people like you and me can thrive in a future shaped by it. So, what is the metaverse? To answer that question, let's watch this. Indeed, the internet will continue to evolve. In simple terms, as you have seen in the video, the metaverse is a virtual world where people interact as avatars, using virtual reality headsets, augmented reality glasses, and even their phones. Think of it as an evolved internet where instead of watching a concert on YouTube, you are attending it as a digital version of yourself, dancing beside people from around the globe. It's like Zoom, but 3D, social media, but immersive, gaming, but with real world business meetings. Mind blowing, right? And tonight, through our speeches and impromptu sharing, we'll take tiny steps into that enormous idea. But first, let me introduce the engine that powers every Toastmasters meeting, the evaluation team. Before we enter the world of speeches and spontaneous brilliance, let me introduce the superheroes of tonight's meeting, the people who make sure we don't rumble and fumble during the entire meeting. Leading the charge is our general evaluator, who is one of the nominees for the 2024 to 2025 Toastmaster of the Year, distinguished Toastmaster Ian Cortez.
Hi, everyone.
Now, we have our technical evaluators. They are the unsung heroes of timing, feelers, movements, and grammar. First off, the time evaluator who will ensure that we stay within our speaking time limit and no one gives a virtual TED talk by accident. Please welcome our time evaluator, Toastmaster Chris.
Good evening, everyone. In metaverse, there is a term that is called immersive time, where the concept is used to understand how individuals spend time in virtual worlds and the motivations behind their engagement. But aside from immersing ourselves in the metaverse, let's also immerse ourselves in engaging with one another. And as a timer, I am responsible in monitoring the time for our speakers for tonight. Tonight, you will see me racing cards that shows the limit of their remarks to no more than 2 minutes for the table topic speakers, 5 to 7 minutes for the prepared speeches, and for our evaluators, the limit should not be between 2 to 3 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Mark.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chris. Now, our account and motion evaluator will help us be conscious of our filler words, ensure our speech is smooth, and our motion on camera is observed. Or in the future state of the internet, she will ensure that we are conscious of words and actions in our avatars or holograms. Let us all welcome our account and motion evaluator, Toastmaster Lizelle.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. As a counter, my role is to help us become more aware of how we speak by identifying words and sounds we often use unconsciously as verbal scratches or fillers. These include sounds as a, er, as well overused words or phrases like and, so, but, and well. While these expressions are natural in everyday conversation, minimizing them help us sound more confident, polished, and purposeful in our communication. In addition to tracking these filler words, I also be observing hand gestures. Take note, observing also your hand gestures. Effective gestures can enhance a speaker's message, while distracting or repeatedly once can take away from it. I'll note how gestures are used to support your hinder delivery. Throughout the meeting, I'll be listening and watching carefully. At the end, I'll share a brief report highlighting how many times each speaker used filler expressions and any key observations on hand gestures. This feedback is not meant to criticize, but to support all of us in growing as more effective and international communicators. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lizelle. Finally, our language evaluator will evaluate our use of language. It is not the programming language that propels the metaverse, but the use of English language. She will also introduce the technological term of the night. As our language evaluator and word master, let us all welcome Toastmaster Armel.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am your language evaluator tonight. I will give you the word of the day so that I will encourage you to use that word. Yan. Our word of the night is metaverse. Its meaning is a persistent virtual environment that allows access to and interoperability of multiple individual virtual realities. To give you a more simpler and descriptive meaning, metaverse is a shared, immersive, and interactive virtual reality where users can create their own avatars and environments and engage with other users in real time. Example sentence: the metaverse lets people interact and play games in a virtual world. So, fellow Toastmasters, I encourage you to use the word metaverse at least 10 times for tonight. Over to you, our Toastmaster of the evening.
10 times, I think it's easy. Using metaverse 10 times because of our theme, introducing metaverse technology. Thank you for that, Toastmaster Armel. Let's now enter, fellow Toastmasters, the realm of table topics where anything can happen and usually does. In this segment, brave speakers respond to surprise questions in 1 to 2 minutes. No preparation, no slides, no generative AI, just brains, guts, and few awkward pauses that we all secretly enjoy. Brace yourselves and immerse in the fascinating world of futuristic imagination about digital life and replica of the real world. Leading us into this magical minefield is our table topics master, my kumpare, a Uniborus Speech Division level champion and our club president, Toastmaster Jeff Robles. Over to you, Toastmaster Jeff. Take us to the metaverse and back.
Hello, good evening again. I'm Toastmaster Jeff and I'm your table topics master tonight. We're going to merge two powerful forces. As in two. One is spontaneity and second is future tech. The table topics portion is where we think on our feet and train our minds to deliver messages without preparation. But, as Toastmaster, it should have clarity, structure, and confidence. So since our theme is about metaverse and Web 3.0, your questions will reflect on future-oriented and virtual realities. So let's see how far your imagination will go with my table topics later. So are you ready? I will call a volunteer, ask a question, and you'll have 1 to 2 minutes to respond. So let's begin. Who wants to be the first volunteer? Anyone? Would you try your luck, Toastmaster Beth?
Right.
All right. So before you go on and give your best shot on my table topics, I will give you some advice on how you can ace this challenge. Let me share my PowerPoint slide. All right. Could you see my slide, everyone?
Yes. I,
Yes.
All right. So to help you
yes.
succeed, let me share some simple speaking patterns you can use where you're called to speak that will help you also to give answers through your own feet. First is SMG or story message game. So this is used in giving advice and for reassuring the message that you have, the story that you have given. So parts of a good story are characters, scenarios, conflicts, and resolution. We also have transitional statements like, I remember when, my message is, so that. Next pattern is past, present, future, or PPF. So this is a very diplomatic approach as it is good for disagreement but not being disagreeable. So it reflects on how the topic was seen before and how it is now and your hopes for the future. So the transitional statements are in the past, nowadays, and I hope that in the future. Next pattern would be PREP or PREP. It means PREP means point, reason, example, point. So this is used to project strengths as it is good for convincing people to your convictions. So to our speakers, make a point, back it up, and give an example. And close it by repeating your point. So point, reason, example, point. And my last advice to you, to our speakers, and to you, Toastmaster Bet, is to change the subject if needed. So if you're unfamiliar with the topic, twist it. So speak about something related, something personal, or something humorous. It's up to you. So transitional statements are many people talk about, but I would like to in the substitute topic, point one, point two, point three. And lastly, some people talk about the 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 subject, but because of point one, point two, point three, the substitute and is what I. So these are the most common table topic patterns that you may use when you take up on this challenge. So are you game, Toastmaster
Okay.
Beth?
Okay. Let's get it
All
on.
right, so let's get it. So I will share my next presentation for the metaverse. All right, so give me a minute. Okay. So as you may heard from our previous speakers, examples of metaverse are gaming worlds, virtual classrooms, arts and museums. So in arts and museums, we also tackled on our previous topics the non-fungible tokens or NFTs. So when you are in the physical world, the paintings of different famous artists you can see on the wall, it can be auctioned. It's the same with the metaverse. Uh, the picture of the painting has been converted to PNG, JPEG, and then to non-fungible token. And it can also be auctioned or you can bid with the highest price. Absolutely. So we have also virtual class, virtual shows. So I think the future of, especially in the medical medicine field, they can see the body parts or anatomy of a human or of an animal without having a caliber. They can already check what's inside of the human body with just virtual glasses. So that's one of the advantages of metaverse. Next is concert and events. So just to give you a trivia, I think Travis Scott is the first artist who conducted a concert in metaverse. So an additional trivia. So if someone asks you, can we conduct a concert in metaverse? Yes, you may. Next is social worlds. So as you can see in Facebook, your profile picture can be converted into avatar. So in metaverse, you can socialize through your avatars with different people. So that's one of the advantages of metaverse. So here's your first topic, the embed. You get to create your own avatar. What powers or features would you give it? Again, you get to create your own avatar in metaverse. What powers or features would you give it? Toastmaster Beth.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jeff. If I were to create my own avatar, I would choose to be a genie. A genie in a bottle. Why not? When I was young, my childhood friends would dream of being a princess. They would dream of being superheroes, of being those powerful people we see in the television. But me, I'm different. I would be a genie. Why? Because I would love to give wishes. Genie can give unlimited wishes, not only three, where dreams would come true, where every childhood dreams, every childhood goals, every child's ambition would come true. Then what world would that give us? Maybe a world full of happy people, of contented people. Maybe I would create my own metaverse of happy young generation who would live, who would love, who would get all their wants, but guided with values. Because as a genie, I would grant them wishes, but with, like Spider-Man, I would tell them it comes with responsibility. Every wish would come true and may be given until you are happy, contented, and for the goodwill of the universe. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Jeff.
Thank you, Toastmaster Betcha. So, who didn't want to be a genie? Of course, we all wanted to be a genie and grant those three wishes of our friends. So, thank you, Toastmaster Bet. So, who's next to take up the challenge of our table topics tonight? Would you like to try? Toastmaster Moore?
Yes,
I think you're muted, Sir Moore. All right. So, here's your topic. If you could live in a virtual world, what world it look like? If you could live in a virtual world, what world it look like? Toastmaster Moore, the stage is yours.
yes. If I can live in a virtual world, it will certainly be a world that is idyllic. Something that we have always cherished in the past, a world where everything seems to pure, the nature at its unadulterated form, with plenty of vegetation, and the air is fresh, plenty of birds flying around. I have a certain liking to all the things of the past, and I'm a bit conservative. I remember that I have always wanted to, if possible, go back to my childhood, and is and to everything is at a leisurely pace. Everything is being digested. Even philosophical thoughts are digested, and people are really living in harmony. In other words, at the time that people are healthy and there are no tensions, but just as idyllic and as pleasant as it could be. I would like to add that at that time we can continue to dream, and in our dreams there will be no villains, or there are no uh, really audacious, or there will be no people who would try to put one over another. In other words, it's like a fantasy that you can live as peaceful as you can. That's what I always imagined. And people are living in tranquility, in serenity. Yes, I would like to go back and turn the control back to the topics master.
Indeed, Toastmaster Moore, we all want world peace. Everyone who I think joins the pageant always wish a world peace. So thank you, Toastmaster Moore, for sharing your thoughts. Next, let me call on our next volunteer. Who wants to try? Could we call on?
I'd like to volunteer. Hi, this is Cuckoo.
All right, there's a brave soul. Hello, TM Cuckoo.
Hello.
So I will share my next slide. Okay. So the next topic is, what will you do first? Play a game, explore a shopping mall, or do your own TED Talk inside the metaverse? Again, what will you do first? Play a game with virtual glasses, explore a shopping mall, or do your own TED Talk inside the metaverse? TM Cuckoo,
Dude,
the stage is yours.
it is the metaverse, dude. I'm gonna go all the way and do all three. Start off with a speed dating themed metaverse. So I'm going to go to the mall, and who am I bringing? Of course, the shopping billionaire, Jeff Bezos. So I'm going to have him with his black card, of course, buy me books. Of course, he's the Amazon guy. And then probably I'll go to Amazon Fresh and buy food, healthy ones. And thinking, yeah, I need a wardrobe change. So bye, Jeff. Bye. And then on to speed dating number 2. Gaming. Huh. I'd probably rough it up with Damon Green, who's an NBA player, and he always gets called out by the referee. He's a nice guy, but horrible on court. So probably I won't play basketball with him. I won't play online games, but I'll play with his mind and talk about his sports psychology, his competition, what makes him win, what makes him shout at the referees. And finally, what would be my third date? Oh, of course. The guy who's going to give me a lovely name. I'm going to be Mrs. Kukupit. So I'm going to go out with Brad Pitt. So just to achieve that Mrs. Kukupit name, and I'll probably have steak, and of course, steak with Brad and try his wine. So it's the metaverse. Change guys, change dating location, and enjoy the world. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
All right, thank you, TM Kuku. So that's a different perspective. We can use metaverse in speed dating. I think, TM Kuku, if you propose this to the what do you call the game in US, Loan Sharks, or something like that. I think that's one of the futures of speed dating using the metaverse. And I love using your creativity in delivering your speech. I love it, TM Kuku. So thank you to all our brave table topic speakers tonight. Whether this was your first or let's say 50th time speaking of the Zoom meeting, your courage to step up and share your thoughts makes this session a highlight. So remember, impromptu speaking is a life skill used in meetings, interviews, conversations, and more. So here in Toastmasters, we get to practice it in a safe and encouraging space, even with the hardest topics like metaverse, multiverse, and so on. So with that, I now turn the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Mark.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jeff. That was a fantastic treat through virtual ideas and real-world thinking. And to our brave participants, give yourselves a round of applause. If there's a metaverse version of Table Topics someday, I know you'll crush it too. We now move into the part of the program that's polished, prepared, and probably practiced in front of a mirror. Welcome to the Prepared Speeches segment. Here, our speakers deliver speeches aligned with their Toastmasters Pathways program, working on everything from storytelling to persuasive speaking and, yes, time management. Not all speeches tonight are about metaverse, and that is okay. After all, even in a digital world, real stories matter. We have 3 prepared speakers for tonight, and all of them will surely deliver speeches that will add value to ourselves. Our first speaker is a promising Toastmaster, I will deliver my speech project next meeting. Promise. Not that. Promising. Because she has been a member of Migawan Toastmasters Club since January of this year. Yet, we could see her potential as a communicator. She will deliver a speech under Presentation Mastery Path Level 1.2, writing a speech with a purpose. The objective of this speech is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Mar Libiran. May know, Toastmaster Mar, are you ready to evaluate speech of Betchay? All right. Thank you for that confirmation, Toastmaster Mar. To deliver her speech entitled Greyville Diaries, When My Heart Became a Haunted House, let us all welcome Toastmaster Beth Lagitan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mark. If you were to ask me last time in a game called What is Unique About You, my answer would be I can see dead people. Yes. When I was young, an unshakable fear gnawed on me, not of the dark, but of what lurked within. It began when I was 8. One night, while brushing my teeth, I looked in the mirror. I saw a shadow, not mine. No one stood behind me, yet it loomed dark, twisted, watching. From that moment, I began to see more. Not just shadows, but faces without pictures, figures floating, faceless, still just inches away. I would fall ill, mysteriously ill. I would have fever, chills, breathless, terrified. My mother would turn to Aling Lumeng, the village albularia. She came with candles, prayers, and rituals that made my skin crawl. Melted wax would form shapes in water. She dropped them in newspaper and hid it in my pillow. But they wouldn't stay away. I grew up with fear in my heart, in my mind. I could almost see them every day. At one moment, as the years passed by, specifically, this Supima Mekawayan, I was there. I was there in the comfort room doing my thing. There was silence. An ordinary day. And I seated in my own throne. Suddenly, right there, below the door, I could see a kid crawling slowly with head down. I said, "Hey kid, move away. This is not your playground." I thought it was just an ordinary child until it didn't move. Then slowly, she moved away. Ow! I was screaming on top of my lungs. It dawned on me that that thing wasn't alive, even. After that, soon after that, this gift, this curse grew bigger and bigger. I could see doppelgangers around me. I could see a dark mist at the back of my co-worker, which made him sick after a week. But then this day came, a vision. I saw a vision of a white lady sleeping with white gown, long sleeves, full of lace. I was thinking about it every day for a week until one night. I saw again that vision, but this time, this is real. I saw the exact vision, but now in reality. It was my friend. She was there in a coffin, dead. And that moment turned things around. I knew I needed help. I couldn't grasp all the things that are happening to me. So I asked a friend. She referred me to a psychic in Quiapo. Then the psychic said to me, well, you have your third eye open. And she performed a certain prayer in Latin, a ritual. And for the first time, the energy shifted in the room. I felt silent, at peace. So today, my fellow Toastmasters, I couldn't say I am that brave enough, but I would say that I grew more with prayers. I grounded myself with faith. And so these things that whispers in my ear still continues. But I know within my heart that God's voice is louder. These are just moments in my great diaries that I want to share with you. And I hope if you were me, would you embrace this gift or this curse? Back to you, Toastmaster of the night. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Betchay. And yeah, hey, I'm odd. I'm speechless on your speech. It was a goosebump. So yeah, it was horrific story. And I actually believe in entities, supernatural entities such as what Betchay mentioned just earlier. Because to me, there's no impossible on earth. There's no impossible in this world. So if there are those entities that you have encountered, then yeah, just respect them. Whoever they are, whatever they are, and respect the person who see those. Respect the persons who see those supernatural entities, because it's not just because you're not seeing it. It's real. It's not real, and yeah, let's. I was speechless about that speech.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. Our next speaker, okay, let's proceed. Our next speaker is a Toastmaster whom I always adore. He delivers speeches with eloquence and he has this eye for photography. Through him, we experience the beauty of online meetings because even if he is in the other side of the world and has a different time zone, he still joins us in our regular club meetings. Now, he will deliver a speech under the Effective Coaching Path Level 2.2, Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of this is to know the different communication styles and identify his primary style. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Juliet Kabatingan. Toastmaster Juliet, are you ready to evaluate our next speaker? Thank you for your confirmation. To deliver his speech entitled Talk Technology to Last a Lifetime, let's give it up to Toastmaster Oscar Soriano.
Assuming the leadership of the Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club in the late 1990s was for me one of the biggest challenges in my Toastmasters career. The club was young, it was energetic, it was an emerging club. It had like 5 presidential awards, and obviously it had like some big shoes to fill. And the tasks were daunting. But what made it worse was the fact that my term happened to be at the height of the worldwide fascination with this huge innovation we call the internet. The whole world of communication began to change. The tide for new information networks swept instantly and traveled the globe and received with great anticipation and enthusiasm. Every tech person I know, my friends, my office mates, and yes, even Toastmasters, they were all agog about it. They started surfing, browsing, and exchanging notes via emails in the net. But sadly, people hardly talk to each other anymore. It's like setting our conversations into some kind of a mute mode. And that severely affected our relationship with each other. There's also a feeling of isolation, and people were just focusing on their newfound friend. There were few interface and face-to-face interactions that happened during that time. I was afraid that the public speaking exercises that we've been doing at Toastmasters would kind of like fall into prey and that become imperiled and turn into a code and shift into a more silent, passive communication mode. I believe somehow it did, I guess, because only nimble fingers and a set of eyes were looking into the screen. That would be the most part of the communication exchange between the screen and the person behind it. Eyes were glued on the screen. Now, my question then was, where was the verbalization? Where was the talk? And to make sure I put everyone in my club back on track, I decided to coin a tagline for my term as president in 1998, and I called it Talk Technology to Last a Lifetime. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and friends. Rightly so, talk is a technology to last for as long as we live. It's actually a built-in technology that will never fade nor go out of style or become obsolete. From the moment we are born to the moment we say farewell and goodbye to this earth and to this world, talk will be with us. Every single emotion, every single story, talk will be and will see us through. And at Toastmasters, talk is what we are trained to do. We at Toastmasters are trained to talk, and more talk. That is exactly what we are good at. We tell our stories, we cry, we inform other people, we sometimes make other people laugh. That's a simple talk. That's raw, bare, and the very basic, simplest technology that we own ourselves. But through time changes in a big way, and with the introduction of the internet that captured our attention, it grew by leaps and bounds and for good measure. In fact, 93% of the urban population around the world rely now on the internet for work and for everything else, affecting our business, our organizations, governments, and clubs, and nonprofit organizations like the Toastmasters organization. And now we have Facebook, we now have AI, we have Zoom, we have Metaverse. Today we're discussing Metaverse. Not to mention the furtherance of devices such as cell phones, laptops, and tablets that carry the same advanced technology. But funny thing, I used to believe that technology was overridden, or talk was overridden by technology. That is not at all true. Back in the days, we express ourselves in the comfort of our homes, personally, physically, in our office, in church. But now, everywhere in the net, you can get married, get a diploma, and every corner of the world, you can generate laughter and you can generate memories. Talk has become globally and universally remote, real time and big time. Though I had my share of fear and reservations about technologies, did not really kill my good old friend Talk. I still believe that Talk is alive. It has simply been renovated by technology, the way we talk and the way we use Talk. We talk to Siri to get directions. We talk to Alexa to order our foods and clothing. They're not humans, but they talk back to us, like humans, in the most efficient ways. In fact, good old Talk, when used in a prolific way, can actually save our lives. It can make our lives a little better. Some of us make money out of blogs, podcasts, YouTube contents. We make money out of that. And YouTube is a great place for us to engage ourselves in Talk. But still, at the heart of all this, still good old Talk. To sell, to break, to deal, there should always be inherent smart talk. My fellow Toastmasters, talk is an essential part of our existence. Technology is here with us. There will be more technologies in the future, but talk will always remain with us until we die. It's a technology that will never go away. It's a technology that will surely last for a long, long time. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you for that, Toastmaster Oscar. You know what? The precursor of the internet is not necessarily the telephone. It's the talk. It's the communication. It's the socialization. And thank you, Toastmaster Oscar, for sharing that wonderful speech saying that talk is alive. And we need communication because we are alive. And we need communication until the day we are going to live this earthly life. Once again, thank you for your speech at Toastmaster Oscar. Now, last but not the least, our next speaker is my kumare. When I see her Facebook stories, I often see her walking and biking routines. A government employee turned financial advisor and educator. She was also a multi-awarded Toastmaster in District 75, as she had won speech contests and named as the area director of the year 2020 to 2021. Will she be the Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club's next distinguished Toastmaster? Our next speaker will deliver the first part of her Distinguished Toastmasters speech project. In fact, it is my privilege to introduce a speaker who will deliver a DTM project. And it is my first time in my 12 years of being a Toastmaster to do it. The purpose of her speech is to demonstrate her skills as a leader and as public speaker. The time is 5 to 7 minutes, and her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Juliet Kabatingan. Once again, Toastmaster Juliet, are you ready to evaluate our next speaker? Thank you for the confirmation. To deliver her DTM speech project entitled Sherman NDO Toastmasters Club, let us all welcome future Distinguished Toastmaster Armel Gutierrez.
These past few days, I have been reflecting on what kind of distinguished project I should present. To be honest, at first I have no clear idea what direction to take. One project that keeps coming to mind is the highly successful Distinguished Club project led by our mentor, Distinguished Toastmaster Mark Edrada. His initiative was not only impactful but also deeply inspiring. Distinguished Toastmaster Mark organized a training and seminar program on reverse poetry, which was attended by esteemed and experienced Toastmasters, including past International Director Christine and Area Director Sedi, among others. The training left a lasting impression on me. Participants were so inspired that many of them created their own reverse poems, which were included in the published book presented by DTM Mark himself. To me, that stands out as a truly remarkable Distinguished Toastmaster project where he shared his talent and discovered the talents of others. And now, it is my turn to create my own project. So what do I have to work with? I do not have the talent of creating my own reverse poetry project. What I have are my family, friends, church ministry, Toastmasters Club, and Sun Life. From this list, where should I begin building my project? After some thought, I have narrowed it down to Toastmasters and Sun Life. Does that make sense? Let us see where this path takes me. As a Toastmaster, I believe it is my responsibility to share the values and lessons I have gained through the organization. It is within Toastmasters that I have learned to lead, to mentor, and to be a supportive team member. And these principles align closely with my role as an insurance advisor. Inspired by this connection, I have developed the idea of sharing these insights with the managers of the Sun Life Sherman New Business Office in Malolos, Bulacan. My goal is to support their personal growth through the Toastmasters approach by creating a safe space where they can overcome challenges, share inspiring stories, and enjoy meaningful me time beyond the demands of work, all within a supportive and uplifting environment. As I recall, this project proposal is not entirely new. Back in 2019, members of Mikawayan Toastmasters Club, including incoming District Director Remy and myself, conducted a demo meeting in Malolos, Bulacan. The original plan was to present it to Sun Life managers, but due to their unavailability, the event was open to the public. Interestingly, It was during that session that Toastmaster Marley Biren, one of the attendees, was recruited as a member. This time, I need to be more intentional in presenting what the Toastmasters organization is truly about. I believe my Distinguished Toastmaster project comes at the perfect time, as I have now fully embraced my identity both as a Toastmaster and as a Sun Lifer. This project feels ideal. Not only will it help the managers overcome their fear of public speaking, but it will also support their growth in confidence, decision making, and most importantly, prioritizing their self-care in supportive environment. This may be easier said than done, but there is no harm in trying, especially when the goal is to contribute to the greater good of both Toastmasters organization and Sun Life. I know this project cannot be accomplished on my own. It will require the support and collaboration of dedicated team. And I am grateful to have DTM Mark Edrada and Director Rose Pagia as my project leads, guiding the development and the execution of this initiative. I also count on the support of the Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club officers and members whose time and commitment, particularly in forming the demo team, will be invaluable to the project's success. As I lay out my ideas, I remain hopeful and I have these good intentions that will lead to meaningful results. Whether at work or life in general, it is essential to be part of a safe and supportive environment, one where judgment and criticism are replaced by encouragement, understanding, and respect, and that is where we belong as Toastmasters. I am both happy and excited to be developing what I consider a potential baby project within Toastmasters. This initiative allows me to bring my ideas and vision to life, moving beyond planning into meaningful action. There is no harm in trying. After all, we only discover the outcome when we take the first step. At this point, I have prepared a letter of intent addressed to our branch manager. With genuine purpose and a clear goal, I am hopeful that I will be given the opportunity to introduce the Toastmasters organization to the Sun Life managers in Malolos. I believe this holds great value, not just in helping them become effective target achievers, but also in shaping them into more confident and compelling public speakers. I am grateful for the mentorship of distinguished Toastmaster Mark, especially through his impactful reverse poetry project. It has truly resonated with me and reminded me that by reflecting on my own core values, I can find the direction and inspiration needed to pursue and fulfill my own vision. I believe and I am hopeful for soon to rise Sherman NBO Toastmasters Club. Back to you, DTM Mark.
Thank you for that wonderful speech, future distinguished Toastmaster Armel. So I think we can call you now FDTM Armel, future distinguished Toastmaster Armel. Thank you for that speech. And to the benefit of our members and guests, how to write reverse poetry is available. Just click the link on the Toast newsletter that you have received over these past few days. And Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club, are you ready to support the project of our FDTM Armel? All right, so they're all okay with that. Thank you for your response, my dear Toastmasters, here in Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club. Anyway, before we go to the next segment, I would like to give you a trivia. So did you know that the app Pokemon Go was a precursor of the metaverse? And like what Toastmaster Jeff mentioned earlier, Justin Bieber also conducted a concert in metaverse. That was, I think, a few years ago. All right, so now it's time to switch gears from performance to reflection. Welcome to the evaluation segment where we say nice things first, give helpful feedback next, and hopefully no one runs out of this imaginary metaverse crying. Leading this mission is our wise and wonderful general evaluator, who will guide our speech evaluators and technical role takers in making this meeting better than your Wi-Fi signal. Our guest general evaluator is the current District 75 Club Retention Chair. He was a charter president of Balangay Toastmasters Club and Sulong Advanced Toastmasters Club. He was also named as the Area Director of the Year in 2021 to 2022, Toastmaster of the Year 2022 to 2023, and Division Director of the Year 2023 to 2024. Let's give it up to our General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster, Ian Cortez.
Thank you very much to our Toastmaster of the evening, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. Just to check, am I audible? Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much for the confirmation. If there is one legacy of the pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, it would have to be the fact that we all adjusted to Zoom meetings and to working remotely or online. Through Zoom or through digital platforms, I was able to attend meetings in the US, in India, in Saudi, in Qatar, and I think a lot of you would be able to resonate with that. Would you agree? And I think the theme tonight is nothing but fitting because, in fact, it is a celebration of, well, the future that is happening now. And in many ways, the way we do feedback now, with me as your general evaluator, is us already doing some sort of an elementary version of a metaverse. I cannot touch or feel you, but you can hear me and you can see me anyway. So let us leverage on this technology as we begin our evaluation segment. I think all of us are Toastmasters here, right? We don't have external guests or non-Toastmasters members. Brilliant. So my role tonight as the general evaluator, as you are aware, is to add value to you as the members or to the evaluators that will be speaking in a few minutes. So without further delay, I think we can start with the table topics evaluation. And I'm excited to do this as well, filling in for past International Director Christine Tamblique. Let me begin by congratulating Toastmaster Jeff. Everybody, let's give him a round of applause. I reckon, President Jeff, that you filled in the role for Director Rose Paglia. So thank you very much for filling in the role as Table Topics Master. I like the way you opened your speech, and I like that you highlighted clarity, structure, and confidence. I appreciate that you also had a suggested format. So you suggested SMG, PPF, and PrEP. And I love your final slide, which was offering some tips on changing the subject if we have a topic that's very unfamiliar. So outstanding showcase from you, Toastmaster Jeff. In future, I challenge you to consider these 3 growth points or 3 areas for improvement. Number 1, always highlight why it's important to do table topics related with the metaverse. Ladies and gentlemen, in the future, we think that the future will be like this. But hey, impromptu speaking is still deemed of value or something to that effect. Number 2, explain the timing still. In fact, because we're all Toastmasters here, maybe you could challenge everybody and say that, okay, we shouldn't really see the red light. Let's aim to finish even before we see the red light, after the yellow light, or something to that effect. And the idea is we're training all of us to be brief, to be succinct in our table topics responses. The last invitation for you, Toastmaster Jeff, is to shorten the prompts or the introduction in the beginning when you were showing that slide about the metaverse, because I felt to some extent that that was already the job of the Toastmaster of the evening. So if you had a shorter introduction, we would have had more time maybe to call on 1 to 2 evaluators. So overall, amazing showcase, Toastmaster Jeff. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Jeff, everybody. Now, allow me to share my feedback for our 3 table topics respondents. Toastmaster Beth, I will start with you. I loved your answer. In fact, what you showed us tonight is an attempt to do AREM, or answer, reason, example, and message. You said you wanted to be a genie in the bottle, but you will not just give 3 wishes, you will give only wishes. Thank you very much. And then you basically had examples, so well done. In future, Toastmaster Beth, I hope you would bring it back to the audience. So ask the audience, how about you, fellow Toastmasters? And then also have a more impactful closing. So maybe think about, I'm your genie in a bottle, and in the metaverse, just watch out for the surprises I have in store for you, or something to that effect. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Beth, everybody. Point of order for the timer. May I check if the timing device is only for one speaker or for the entire table topics evaluation segment? Madam Timer?
Yes, I believe it's for the entire evaluation. Correct me if I'm wrong, TM Mark.
Yes. So I'm supposed to have 5 minutes because we had 3 speakers.
Yeah.
So 3 minutes green, 4 minutes yellow, and 5 minutes red. Yes?
All right. Thank you for correcting me, TM Ian.
Thank you so much. Now let's move on to Toastmaster Mar. Toastmaster Mar, it's so nice to see you again. It's been a while. Toastmaster Mar, congratulations. I can see the confidence as always. You answered right away. And then what you did tonight is to do a point, reason, example, point. So you answered basically, if you were in a virtual world, you envision utopia or something to that effect. Very well done. Now, in future, President Mar or Toastmaster Mar, I'm so used to calling you President Mar. Toastmaster Mar, I have 2 invitations for you. One is look at structure. So in fact, if you look at how Coco did it earlier, begin with how you paint your day in that virtual world. How do you wake up? How do you go through the day? And how do you end the day? Structure would help you, or that chronological approach help you in packaging your answer. The second thing is bring it back to the audience again. So invite the audience. How about you, fellow Toastmasters? How do you envision a virtual world in your metaverse? Is it the same as me? Tell me about it, or something in that packaging. So well done, Toastmaster Mar, and I look forward to hearing more responses from you in future. Last but not the least is our Batang Gala in the metaverse, Toastmaster Cuckoo, who said that she will do all 3, Game Mall and TED Talk. Thank you very much because you established context in the beginning, Toastmaster Cuckoo, as I look for the timer. Okay, you established that, okay, this is the metaverse, so you can do a lot of things at the same time. I love the fact that you had speed dating as a cohesive device. Well done. So you did it chronologically, and then you highlighted that, in fact, that is how you will do it in your metaverse. In future, I only have one invitation for you, Toastmaster Cuckoo, because I can see the red light. It is being wary of your fillers such as so, of course, and ah. I don't know if you noticed it, but I heard a couple of fillers that taken away would not have affected the gravity or the overall pizzazz of your speech. So let's give it up for Toastmaster Cuckoo, Toastmaster Mar, Toastmaster Beth, and Toastmaster Jeff. Excellent job tonight, and I look forward to hearing more from you in future. Now, thank you very much for the patience, Madam Timer. Now let's move on to our first prepared speech evaluator. May I now invite Toastmaster Mar? Take it away.
Yes, thank you very much, Italy and Ian. Now, this is for you and Toastmaster Betchay. Yes, Toastmaster Betchay, you have such a good speech because I was mesmerized. I was truly engrossed. If I'm in the theater, probably because I got so involved in your story, maybe I have forgotten to eat my popcorn if because I got so engrossed in your story. And of course, I would like to commend you because every sentence that you made, examples you gave, they're all graphic and vivid. And I like the way that you have even followed the good introduction, strong body, and good conclusion. Yes, so that was a marvelous speech. And of course, I would like if I can only say 2 thumbs up for that story because it was alive as if I'm really part of the spectators. Yes, for a suggestion, I would only suggest 2 things. First is the vocal variety because you see, if one is not really attentive, if someone's mind is wandering, maybe you will not get 100% of your story because you speak with in such a so very soft voice when you are already speaking of something like that sends terror or chills to the spine. Maybe you should louden it in some parts. And then, of course, it will be great also to have a little bit of a little tempered dramatization because in some parts you were poker face and we can only, unless we listen attentively, we may not be able to get the fullest extent of your story. But I love the way you ended your story. For all of this, to make it, I would suggest those things to make it more airtight. But thank you and congratulations, Toastmaster Betchay. I love to, again, evaluate you in the future.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Mar, everybody. Now, Toastmaster Mar, and to our evaluators, I will share one glow point and one grow point or area for improvement. Toastmaster Mar, glow point, good engagement with the speaker in the beginning. When you were saying how you felt about the experience listening to Toastmaster Beth's speech, well done. Now, growth point for you, Toastmaster Mar, I actually have one, and this is the way you phrase your recommendations. So, for example, when you say one recommendation, like, okay, if say you suggest use vocal variety, why is that important and how do you do that? So that would help our speaker implement it and understand why it's important to do that in future. So always remember to have that tripartite rule. So say, what is it? Why is it important? And how do you do it? So maybe demonstrate a bit. Now to Toastmaster Beth, I know you're just starting your speech, but I have a challenge for you, Toastmaster Beth. Are you okay is it okay if I give you a challenge?
Yes, I'd love to do
I
that.
hope you will consider this and refine it to be a contest piece because I think it has something promising. Now, if you will, maybe when you end your speech, relate it with the audience. So not a lot of us can see, and by the way, I can also see ghosts and dead people, so I can relate with your speech definitely, but that's going to be a different topic or speech altogether. So connect it with the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our own ghosts and we see them. It could be this, it could be that, so relate it with the audience. What will you do? Will you embrace it? or will you always hide from it? So that's kind of the appeal or link as an international speech. So something very playful that I hope you will consider. And I'm sure you have a lot of amazing mentors here that could help you there. A round of applause for both Mar and Beth, everybody. Well done to both of you. Now let's move on to our second speech evaluator. Please help me in welcoming. Wow, this lady is hardworking tonight. She's wearing two hats, playing two roles. Please welcome Toastmaster Juliet to evaluate Toastmaster Oscar first. Over to you, ma'am.
Toastmaster Oscar. Talk and more talk. The very basic. You excelled in delivering your speech with the following gestures, icons, and vocal variety. And all the choice of words, as always, you are very eloquent and you're very rich in vocabulary. So I commend you with that. As for my recommendation, just a very simple recommendation. I noticed that your facial expression was the same all throughout the speech. If you're going to watch this after, Mark is going to show this. If you're going to watch this meeting, you will notice that as well, that you have the same facial expression. Never had something like excitement or something like more assertive actions, but it's just simple like that. You're smiling, you're gonna smile a little bit. That's it. So try to work on that. And also, the objective of the speech is to identify what type of communicator you are. And did you know it? Did you identify? So for me, yes, I did identify your type of communication style. I think you belong to the assertive type because we have various types: assertive, aggressive. We have passive, aggressive, and we have manipulative. And you are on the side of the assertive type, which is very convincing, in a way, polite, and you will be respected with the way you communicate it. So I missed this with the example with the first recommendation on facial expression. So like what you share, though this is a very good example of line which you can express more better facial expression. Though I have my share about technology, did that really kill my good old friend talk? But when you delivered it, it's just so. But overall, it was really good, and we learned a lot from your speeches. Looking from your speech, and we are looking forward to more speeches coming from you, more educational speech coming from you. Congratulations.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Juliet and of course for our imported Toastmaster, Toastmaster Oscar. Well done for the dedication. It's so early for you, but you're here, you're spending your time with us. So maraming salamat. Now, I will evaluate you, Toastmaster Juliet, after your second evaluation, please. So take it away as you evaluate soon to be distinguished Toastmaster Armel.
Toastmaster future DTM Armel. Where are you? Congratulations. As early as now, I'm sure you are going to achieve your goal as projected with your time frame and with the help of our dedicated Vice President, PM Mark Estrada, and the team. As for your speech, the objective is to demonstrate yourself as a public speaker. So you have excelled with the vocal variety. I can see your variation in the voice. you have to go up when it needed to be upped, and you go exciting when it needed to be exciting. And there is a voice clarity as well, all throughout the speech. And I can see the confidence in delivering your speech. You have developed it over the years, so congratulations. Now, with my suggestion, I didn't see enough gesture, maybe because you were, I don't know if you're awkward or something like that, but very limited gesture. I've seen very limited gesture. You should have expressed more so that you can become more convincing. And you should also exercise pausing with your transition from one paragraph to one paragraph, because it was really obvious that you were reading your speech. When I was listening, it looked to me that you are narrating something like a story, narrating a story that you are reading to a child who is going to sleep. Something like that. So you could have done it more like doing the eye contact and pausing for every transition, and so that it doesn't look like you are reading. But overall, it was very good. The content is very good, so congratulations. Over to you, TM Ian, or DTM Ian, I don't know, to RGA.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Juliet, of course, and future distinguished Toastmaster Armel. Now, Toastmaster Juliet, thank you very much for doing 2 roles tonight. And that means you were really doubly or twice as hardworking as everybody else. Maraming salamat. Allow me to celebrate you by mentioning your glow points first and then your areas for improvement. Your glow points, 1, in both instances of your evaluation tonight, the engagement was there. I really felt that you were talking to somebody close to you as a friend, as a close friend. So thank you very much. That's important to establish rapport and to also add to your intent that, hey, I'm here to add value. Hey, I am a friend, and let's work it out together. Well done indeed. Number 2, the objectives. So you mentioned the speech objectives of the speaker. So that is good. And for everyone's information, please be reminded that we need to look at the objectives of the speaker and mention that. Were they able to meet the objectives or not? Now, on to your growth points, Toastmaster Juliet, I have 2. One is around language. So I heard you say but several times and should. So but is a word that is, well, personally frowned upon for me. I don't know if the others resonate with me. In lieu of the word but, consider using other words like, for example, rather than saying, but I like your content, or but moving forward, maybe you could just say moving forward, or I invite you to, or consider, or explore. In this way, the word but will be replaced by something that is not negative and more suggestive, okay? The second would be the word should. So should is a very strong, forceful word, very emphatic indeed. Now, maybe to replace the word should, again, the same suggestions apply. Use words like consider, I invite you to, I challenge you to, and so on. The second recommendation, Toastmaster Juliet, is something around technique. So the very simple formula that I always use whenever I join evaluation contests or whenever I evaluate in clubs is just 5 quick steps. And this is not just for Toastmaster Juliet, this is for everybody. One is the engagement part. So this is where you say, well done, Toastmaster Armel. I really am excited for you, something like that. So that's the rapport part, the engagement part. You mentioned the speech objectives. You move on to talk about the strengths of the speaker, the areas for improvement, and then the closing. So just all those 5 steps. And if you do all 5, you would have already completed the textbook evaluation format. And in many ways, it has worked for me, so I hope you would also consider it. So if you improve on that technique, Toastmaster Juliet, I'm sure you will deliver even more encouraging and even more empowering evaluation. So let's give it up again for Toastmaster Juliet. Now let's move on to our technical evaluators to let us know how well we've used the language, the pause fillers, and our time for tonight. Hahabol ako sa word of the evening because I think we haven't used it enough yet. I think the challenge was 10. So as we think about the metaverse, I think it's important for us to reflect about how it will impact the role of Toastmasters. Imagine a Toastmasters meeting, would we still need language evaluators? Because maybe in the metaverse, there will just be an automatic counter on the side of the screen. And then it will ping, it will turn yellow or red or pink if the word of the night is used. In the metaverse, maybe if you have a pause or crutch filler, maybe you will get electrocuted every time you do that, right? Maybe that's a function of the metaverse. And in the future, again, metaverse will enable us to stick with time so that Toastmaster Chris will not be so tired. Maybe if somebody goes over time, automatically that person gets cut off or muted. I don't know. But those are just my musings on the metaverse. There, I think we would have already reached the target. So first off, let's call upon our language evaluator, Toastmaster Armel. Take it away, please.
Good evening once again. I will report on the diamonds and the dust for tonight. Diamonds are the highlights or the outstanding words used for tonight, and the dust are the rooms for improvement. Now for the diamonds, I love the words from Toastmaster Mar. Idyllic, philosophical, audacious, tranquility. And for Toastmaster Cookie, I love when you said sports psychology and your artistic word, your very own Kukupid. I like that. And for our Toastmaster Oscar, you mentioned the words agog, imperial, prolific. Those words were so powerful. And you also shared to us your hashtag when you were the president of Make Wine Toastmasters Club, talk technology to last a lifetime. And also, for distinguished Toastmaster Ian, you use the words resonate, cohesive, and emphatic. I like those words. And for the dust, sometimes there's an interchange for the words ending in letter P and F and letter B and V. Like for instance, a while ago, I mentioned believe instead of believe, or others are coffin instead coffin, not coughing. Those are just simple words that I've observed. And congratulations because we uttered 12 metaverse words. These came from Mark, Jeff, Kuku, Chris, Oscar, and DTM Ian. That's my language evaluation report. Back to you, DTM Ian.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Armel. I will evaluate all our technical evaluators towards the end. So now let's move on swiftly to our act counter, who is Toastmaster Lizelle. Over to you, please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ian. As a counter, I listen closely tonight for any filler words like or phrases like you know. I also watch out how speakers use their hands. My tonight's report, great news. Tonight, our speaker transported us into a communication metaverse. A truly immersed experience where every word was crisp and clear. I heard hardly any filler words at all, which shows everyone was incredibly well prepared and focused. Also, the hand gestures. Most speakers use their hands really well to help explain their points and add energy. A few might find it helpful to make sure every hand movement has a purpose rather than just be fidgety. Overall, the way everyone used their hands really helped their speeches even better. These notes are just help us to improve by being aware of our words and our body language, we can become more confident in engaging speakers. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Ian.
Wow, our technical evaluators are on a roll, short and sweet. Now let's move on finally to our timer, last but not the least. Toastmaster Chris, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ian. I'd like to commend our meeting tonight because we started on time and I
Yeah.
think we're ending it on time as well. So good job, may Kawayan Toastmasters Club. And as when I prepared my timer report, I searched in Microsoft Copilot if there are terms in Metaverse on how you can say good job or if you fail into something. And then what comes out, it says, in Metaverse, there are creative and immersive terms for celebrating success in digital spaces, which is virtually victorious. And for any failures or anything you need for improvement or you need to bounce back, they call it reboot and rise. So allow me to categorize all our speakers on those two groups. So for all our speakers who are virtually victorious, I'd like to congratulate our table topics speaker, Beth, Mar, and Kuku, who are all within time. For our prepared speakers, we have TM Beth, who also finishes her speech in time. And for our evaluations for both table topics and prepared speeches, they all delivered their evaluations within time. So they are all virtually victorious. However, TM Oscar and TM Armel are under the reboot and rise group, but don't worry, that doesn't mean any negatively, but it means bounce back. So it means you can always improve your speaking delivery within time. So some commendations that everyone can apply as they prepare the speeches is to practice, 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 record yourself, and always try to shorten or edit your speeches in order for you to reach the required time of your speeches. And allow me to give you something to think about for today. The metaverse expands our world, but real connections make time meaningful. Let's use technology to strengthen, not replace our bonds. Beyond the screen, life happens. Make time count, make it meaningful, and connect beyond the screen. Over to you, TM Ian.
A round of applause for Toastmaster Chris, everybody. Well done. Now, I think it is time for my final general evaluators report, and seeing that we are ahead of time, I won't feel as pressured to finish or speak as fast. So may I request the timer to please let me know 5 minutes green, 6 minutes yellow, and 7 minutes red, if that's okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Chris. Now, let me begin by thanking distinguished Toastmaster Mark for the invitation. I think it's been a long time coming. It's the first time visiting your club virtually. Everything has been like clockwork since even before the meeting. What do I mean? Everything has been done professionally. The agenda was shared beforehand. We started on time, and it seems that we will finish on time as well. I'm a huge fan of the video in the beginning. In a very short, snappy, visually engaging way, I was able to know your history and who you are as a club. And I realized that, well, I'm the same age as the club. So wow, that's amazing. You go far back. And in terms of the theme, I am a huge fan of technology and innovation. So the metaverse was something really close to something close to my heart. So thank you very much for that. I love the disclaimers in the beginning, mentioning that this meeting is being recorded and so on and so forth. Very well done indeed. I've already evaluated our speech evaluators, so allow me now to celebrate or recognize our technical evaluators. Our timer, Toastmaster Marie Chris and Lizelle, our accounter, both of you gave very good and brief introductions about your role. Well done. Special mention to Toastmaster Chris, who even talked about tips on how to manage time in the future and even ended with that quote. Well done indeed. Now, to Toastmaster Armel, same thing. You had a good intro. It was very brief. And you even gave us a homework to use the word of the night at least 10 times, which personally I think was too low a baseline because I think we could have pushed for more, but good job in giving us that extra homework. Now, to challenge everybody, because well, you've been here since 1991, and obviously you are one of the best clubs in the district. Yes or no? You agree? One of the best, if not the best, right? One of the best na lang siguro. So thank you very much, and I hope you continue the excellent work. In the future, I hope you consider the following recommendations. Let me begin with our technical evaluators. I think even if you don't call yourself an advanced club, I think this is already an advanced club. And one suggestion I always give advanced clubs is specific challenges for our role takers. For example, the grammarian. Instead of simply looking at the grammar or say how tenses were used, words were used, do we want to highlight or have a challenge every meeting on, say, the use of rhetoric devices or the use of metaphors or the use of powerful stories? So if we have those different focus areas every meeting, we are upping the ante, if you will, and inspiring others to be even better in these specific areas. So that's one challenge or recommendation. Number two, I love the fact that you have what you call a motion evaluator. But another invitation I have for the club is what we call the listener role. So the listener role is in fact an official role in a Toastmasters meeting, and in other districts this is used. A listener's job is to listen for quotable quotes, if you will, and this person will read that report towards the end. So for example, I will say, I'm Ian, I'm the listener, and I will now check if you were listening intently. Who said this? So I will mention the quote and then you will guess. You could even have a prize for it. There are two benefits to this. You will free up the time from the grammarian or language evaluator. He or she doesn't need to do the memorable quotes anymore. That will be the job of the listener. And also it tests and helps your listeners train their listening skills as well. So that's another suggestion. And I'm looking at the other recommendations, and I don't have a lot anymore, in fact. So I think I would just like to close by commenting on our Toastmaster of the evening, Distinguished Toastmaster Mark. DTM Mark came up tonight and he did his homework. He researched about the metaverse. So everyone, please unmute yourselves and let's give him a round of applause. I think that was a tour de force performance from our Toastmaster of the evening. I love the energy. I love the theme. I think I already mentioned this. And I love the fact that you reassured us in the beginning. You said, now don't worry if this is unfamiliar for you because, hey, tonight, that's our role. We will learn more about it. Well done. I love the use of humor, especially when you said, this Toastmaster is a promising Toastmaster because she keeps on promising that she will deliver a speech. I love the use of humor there. And I think it's passive aggressiveness because you were telling the Toastmaster to deliver on the promises. So well done. I really love that. I also found it noteworthy that you were checking with the evaluators if they're ready to evaluate. So you were checking, Toastmaster Mar, are you ready to evaluate our speaker? Because sometimes it happens that the evaluator doesn't even know that he's evaluating, or maybe he's dosing, or she's not paying attention, and so on. So very well done there. That is the mark of a really thoughtful Toastmaster of the evening, if you will. One suggestion, Toastmaster Mark, in future is to maybe intersperse the trivia about the metaverse throughout the different segments of the meeting. So maybe you have a couple of slides and you have 5 tips throughout the meeting. Tip number 1, you will mention before the table topics. Tip number 2, you will give at the end of the table topics. So that you could use them to transition strategically to the different parts of the program. Overall, an amazing showcase, Distinguished Toastmaster Mark, and I look forward to welcoming you to our Advanced Toastmasters Club because I think Ninang Christine mentioned you are joining Solo Advanced Toastmasters Club. So overall, it's been my pleasure I feel really honored visiting your club virtually, and I look forward to meet a lot of you in July when I am in Clark for the installation ceremonies. So thank you very much and keep at it. Well done, President Jeff, and to all the officers and members of May Kawayan Toastmasters Club. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the evening.
What a night! We've journeyed through prepared speeches, spontaneous brilliance, and virtual imagination. Fellow Toastmasters, in order to make Metaverse more effective, there should be a fast and stable internet connection. Because Metaverse is a marriage of different technologies like augmented reality, AI, blockchain, and cloud computing. We've learned that the metaverse may be powered by code and clouds, but good communication still powers connection, like what Toastmaster Oscar emphasized earlier. Whether you're speaking on stage, in Zoom, or as an avatar floating in digital space, you're still you, and that is your greatest asset. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. It's been my pleasure to serve as your Toastmaster of the evening. Remember, no matter how advanced the technology gets, it will always be your words that will leave the biggest impact. Thank you once again, distinguished Toastmaster Ian, for being our GEL evaluator. And now, I turn back the control to our Vice President for Education, distinguished Toastmaster Mark. To our prepared speech evaluators, you may now complete and send the digital evaluation forms to your assigned speakers. Do this by logging in to your Pathways Basecamp account, click on Feedback tab, then select Evaluation Feedback, and access the digital evaluation form intended to your assigned speaker. Then complete the information required in the digital evaluation form. Prepared speakers, please mark your speech projects as completed right after this meeting. Congratulations to our new Pathways level completers. Toastmaster Sedi for completing the level 4 of Engaging Humor Path. Toastmaster Rose for completing the entire presentation mastery path. Toastmaster Rai for completing the motivational strategies path. And Toastmaster Lit for completing the entire persuasive influence path. Last May 24, the May Kawayan Toastmasters Club conducted its annual team building session in Casa Erlinda Private Resort in Marilao, Bulacan. This event was composed of club-level patimpalak sa wikang Filipino, election of new set of club officers, games, videoke sessions, and swimming activities. For more details about this update, feel free to refer to the Toast e-newsletter. As of June 9, 2025, the May Kawayan Toastmasters Club has achieved perfect 10 President's Distinguished Goals for the current term. In line with this, the May Kawayan Toastmasters Club attained 41 educational awards from different members. This in turn garnered the current term 2024 to 2025 the highest number of educational awards for the past 33 years. Also, these are our 11 Triple Crowners as of the moment. The May Kawayan Toastmasters Club has a roadmap for the progress of our members. This is the list of our target DTMs or Distinguished Toastmasters for the rest of the decade, in time for the May Kawayan Toastmasters Club's 40th anniversary in 2031. As part of our term end celebration, the May Kawayan Toastmasters Club will recognize our fellow Toastmasters, both seasoned and new joiners, on their achievements in communication, leadership, education, and mentorship. By shining a spotlight on the individual and collective achievements, the club envisions to strengthen its bond and set the stage for the next generation of impactful leaders and communicators. Even our guest general evaluators have the opportunity to grab the Best General Evaluator in the Guest Category Award in Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club's most prestigious award-giving body. This is the Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club's first Diamond Gavel Awards night. On July 24, 2025, Tuesday at 7 p.m. via Zoom, with delayed webcast on the Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club's official Facebook page. Fellow Toastmasters, let us greet our fellow Toastmaster Erica a happy birthday this June. Our WMS is held every first and third Saturday of the month at 2 p.m. via Zoom. We will now focus on the mentoring for the Patimpalak sa Wikang Filipino. The weekend mentoring session is open to Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club members. To our viewers on our social media platform, we invite you to join us to our regular educational meetings every second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 7 to 9:30 p.m. This is done online via Zoom, admission is free, and follow us on our official social media accounts. For more personal and professional lessons about communication and leadership, download the previous issues of The Toast, the official e-newsletter of Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club. Download it for free by scanning the QR code at your screen. Technology progresses every single day. There are innovations developed that change the way we live. And because the progress in technology is inevitable, we should learn how to live with it. Use the technology to your own advantage. And if you say you are not a techie guy, that's all right, because you will still find a way to deal with the changing fortunes of time. Fellow Toastmasters, see you next meeting for our Diamond Gavel Awards night. I am your Vice President for Education, Mark Edrada, and this is the family that rises and leads with competence and confidence. This is Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club. Back to you, President Jeff.
All right. So, dear fellow Toastmasters, let's take our tonight's learnings not only on our digital futures, but also on our daily conversations. Let's continue to speak with a purpose, listen with presence, and rise and lead with the heart. So, as with the power vested me by Make Hawaiian Toastmasters Club, I now adjourn this meeting. Thank you and good night, everyone.
Good night,
everyone.